Hello, my name is Martyr, and this is Let's Play Toren, and thank you for watching. Toren is an adventure game, guys, with some puzzle platforming elements thrown into the mix. The best comparison I can make for this type of game, guys, is an old PlayStation 2 game called Eco. In Eco, you play a little kid with horns, and there's a large castle, and there's a princess, and strange languages, and I feel like this game, Toren, has a lot of similar elements. However, Toren is probably way more of a linear storyline for sure, but you do wander around this huge place, you solve puzzles, there's also a strange language, and the story itself is vague at best, guys. It's very open to interpretations, and it just really reminded me of the kind of the weird feelings that I felt when playing Eco is the best way to describe it, guys. Toren released today, May 12th, 2015 on Steam. Toren was developed by Sword Tales and published by Versus Evil. You can go ahead and get Toren on Steam for the first week sale price of $8.99 or $9.99 normally. There's also a deluxe edition which comes with like extra goodies, I think some soundtrack and some other stuff which currently escapes me, guys. However, I will be doing a giveaway of this title, guys. That's right, you can get this game for completely free. One of the normal versions of the game, not the deluxe version, just the normal version of the game. All you have to do to enter for that is leave a comment down below, guys. And you can look in the description for further details about that giveaway, guys. Now, Toren has a lot of things going for it, guys. Visually, it's beautiful. Musically, it's superb. There's just a couple things. It has a weird tone about it. It has a very weird tone. That's the best way to describe it. It has a strangeness to it, which some people will enjoy, and some people might be a little bit off-put by. Now, we're of course going to start off with the options, guys, but if you want, you can click on that big red button on the top left that takes you straight to the action. But without further ado, let's go ahead and start in the configurations, guys. There's quite a few configurations. You do have 1080p resolutions. You have resolution control, full screen on or off. Not much graphical control. You can kind of change the quality of things. Motion blur and SSAO effects. That's about it as far as options and videos goes. You have some audio sliders and then some game settings. Now the game basically kind of highly suggests you to play the game with a controller, and it does for the most part work with my controller. I have some mismatched buttons, but for the most part I would say it has pretty good controller support. My Logitech controller works, so I don't imagine if you have a Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller you're not going to have any kind of issues. There's really kind of only a couple of buttons that you really need to kind of mess with throughout the entire game, but you do have some other options if you want. You can mess around with control schemes and do other things like that, but for the most part it works just fine. Now, I have actually beaten Toren, guys. I've actually went through and I kind of completed the entire game. And the first thing to note, aside from the fact the game does have Steam achievements and Steam cards and all that, is that it is rather a bit of a short game. I beat it in about 2 hours, which is why it kind of has reflected in its kind of its lower price. It's not $15, which is the usual indie price. It's $9.99 because it's a bit of a short game. You could probably at most get 3 hours if you really stretch it and you enjoy every stop and smell every rose. You're gonna get about 4 hours out of this game at the most. So you just keep that in mind, guys. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and hit new journey, and it's going to kind of start things off and explain things to you, and it's a little bit vague, but it kind of reveals the story to you as you go through it. Now this is our hero here. This is Moonchild. And the game starts off kind of in a weird place. I'm going to turn my volume down a little bit. It starts kind of like at the end of the story. And it kind of goes from there. And it reveals to you how you get to this point. Well, kind of in a weird way. It's a very strange story. And I'll talk about it more as we play through it. But I want to talk about kind of the UI and what's going on right now. Well, I can move around with my left thumbstick. I can also kind of shift the camera around with my right one. I can press the jump button and do a little small jump. I also can swing my sword with which would be like a circle button on a PlayStation controller. You also have a button that lets you kind of view things, even though there's really nothing to view right now. And like I said, it's kind of simplistic from a control scheme aspect. Right now, we're just kind of, well, starting the game off, and that is the dragon. That is the main villain of the game. Your objective is to kill that dragon. Why? Well, it gets into that as we get deeper into the game here. But right now, things kind of start off with a little bit of a tragedy, I guess you could say. You can see everything on the floor is changing, and then it's going to hit her, and she gets turned into stone, and there's an old dude there with his hands reached outwards to her, and she's turned to stone. Like I said, graphically speaking, musically speaking, it's an enchanting game. It really does an amazing job of drawing you in and kind of making you want to know what the hell is going on. But the story is very vaguely told to you. And to be honest with you, even after I beat the game, I still can't really tell you 100% of if I know the entire story. And I don't think I'm a stupid guy. I'd like to think that I've played some pretty complex stories in my time. But it's just the story is told to you in such a way that it's just very vague, and it's open to a lot of interpretation. It's presented to you essentially kind of like poetry is. And poetry is something that's very open to interpretation. It's not necessarily something that is going to make much sense. So if you're a person who doesn't mind interpretive stories, who doesn't necessarily, isn't necessarily keen on getting every answers, you will enjoy the story. But at the same time, if the story is just very oddly told, for sure. So we saw her get stoned to death. Stoned. Like I said, musically, by the way, I have to mention this, it's just a gorgeous soundtrack. It really is just very well done. That orchestra really does a good job of capturing the feeling of the game right now. We're a baby. Oh, yes, we are. Or are we a baby? Maybe we're something else. And we're suddenly much older. And we can crawl. Oh, look at her. Look at her. She's so cute. She's adorable. You just want to pet her. You just want to pet her and give her some treats. She's going to eat that bird. Get the bird. Eat the bird. X to interact. Like I said, I have some mismatched buttons, so that's actually not X for me. But that's no big deal. It really doesn't affect the from completing the game. There's a sword in the stone. Excalibur, come to me. Come to me. Oh, crap, I ate it. Ow. I've skinned these. Hello, wizard. Merlin. Or Satan with your giant horns there. I can't really determine who or what he is. He's just kind of just standing there and watching me. Maybe he's Merlin. I don't know who the wizard is. Well, I kind of know who the wizard is, but it's strange. And suddenly we're older. Alright, so let's press the Y button and we'll get to focus in on this old looking, decrepit looking Satan dude. Merlin, are you alright? Merlin? Are you dead, Merlin? Let me pull on your face. To follow the night's path, you must climb the tower. The scroll will show you how. All right, so where's my oh, he's dead. That's a skeleton. I'm talking to a skeleton? But he was alive 2 seconds ago. I'm so confused. Let's go plant this. I'm gonna go plant this. I have no water, but sure, I'll plant this. This frail seedling is at last a majestic tree. You will reclaim your memories in its branches. Now, basically, the kind of overall theme of the game is you trying to figure out what the hell's going on, first off and foremost, but also you kind of progress in age as you move up the tower. You kind of get older and older, which supposedly like unlocks different kinds of elements to the game. Once when time still lived, men rebelled against their fate. They built a tower, Toren, to surpass the heavens, to touch the stars and embrace the moon. The livid sun cursed their arrogance and refused to leave the sky. Legend says only a girl bearing the hearts of mankind can climb the tower, defeat the dragon, and free the moonlight once more. So that is essentially kind of the story of what you're trying to do. You're literally just trying to free the moon right now. And it's kind of where the game just kind of lets you kind of figure things out for yourself. This is where I said it kind of reminds of, you know, that eco type of thing where you're just wandering around this huge place. You don't necessarily have much guidance, even though the story itself is kind of linear. You kind of go from point A to point B. It doesn't really tell you where point B is. It kind of just lets you figure it out for yourself, which is cool, but there's times where it doesn't literally give you any instructions sometimes, and that can be somewhat frustrating, especially when you mess something up and you didn't know that you messed it up, which happened to me a couple of times. It really just kind of just leaves it to your interpretation and you to figure out. Now, like I said, like right here, for instance, there's a little bit of exploration that you can do right now. Like I didn't even mess around with this deer. I just kind of, like, oh, pets. Here we go. Beautiful trees, by the way. Like I said, the game itself is very beautiful, but it's very strange. It leaves a lot of things to your interpretation, a lot of things to you to just figure out. I never even approached this the first time I played the game. Let's see what happens when I do touch it, though. Is there a puzzle here? Okay. Okay, let's start with this one. There's only so many variations of this. Nope. Okay, let's try this one. Then this one. Then this one. Oh, yeah, totally worked. We got some sort of item for this. Now, there is items in this game. I mean, there is some sort of, if you want, kind of RPG-esque things to this game, which I didn't collect this last time. The contract of knowledge is written on our skin to blood in darkness beneath the well. The tree of life will be revealed, hidden deep in its shadows. The truth awaits your light. You must defy time, Moonchild. Sacrifice your child, and you can free us all. Now, the first time I played this game, I actually didn't do this. It basically, I just kind of went through the game, and I didn't actually do that part of the game, and I kind of solved it without necessarily doing this particular thing. Oh, there's the symbols in the sky. Is that what it is? Let me see. Oh, yeah, look at that. Their symbols are in the sky. The game has a lot of beautiful, gorgeous moments like these, where you just have these picturesque painting moments of the sky and nature and this tower. It's a gorgeous looking game. It's just plainly weird, to be honest with you. It's just a weird game. So, you know, if you can embrace weirdness, if you don't mind that, you're going to have a good time with this game. So let's get a little bit farther. All right, there's this thing. I forgot about this thing. Let's look through this thing. What? Okay, we got to hold it down, right. Calling his truths to lie, ancient ghosts littered his past. Time mocks the bright impotent before evil. The earth itself reveals the price to be paid in blood. And it broke. You broke it! Do you see what you've done? Also, I remember last time I played this, there was a dragon up here. So, I mean, there was a dragon, I'm pretty sure, last time I played this. Maybe we did see the dragon? Maybe I wasn't paying attention. It's very possible. So I mean, like I said, there's a little bit of, you know, free-form exploration for you to be done here. There's a statue, by the way. There is a reason that statue is there, but I don't want to tell you because it's kind of spoilerific. But all these statues you're seeing, oh good lord, get up there, get up there. All these statues do have a somewhat of a point to them. They're all around here for a reason, as it were. But I want to talk about the control scheme of this game. The character, specifically in some of the platforming elements, the way she moves around, she kind of moves around in a very circular motion. And it's sometimes very difficult to control her. She gets stuck, like on her own feet for some reason. It's hard to explain it. You kind of just have to experience it, but she just kind of gets stuck from time to time. Let's grab this. Can I grab that? Pressing the action button. There's one. Yep, she got stuck. Okay, action button. There we go. There we go, okay. We ate it. We ate it on the floor. That's okay, though. We now have some chainmail on us. It says you found the chainmail which protects you against small monsters. Now, you'll find little items like that kind of hidden throughout the game. To kind of help you, but the combat in this game, once you actually get the sword, for instance, it's very far and few in between. There's not many moments where the actual combat takes place. So like the chainmail, for instance, even now after beating the game once, don't understand the point of it. I never used it. I felt I didn't, or maybe it helped me in a way I didn't know about, but it never came into much use. There's really only one enemy in this game that you really kind of fight, and that is the dragon. I never really fought any other enemies other than the dragon in this game. Even though there's other different types of monsters in the game, you never really had an opportunity to kind of fight them at all. Let's go ahead and look through this again. His heart must be his shield against evil. Their spirits parted must seek the light. The future hangs at the tip of a sword. And all are silent, knowing his struggles in vain. He sinks in the mire of human nature, for he something. Time is cruel, jeering at his ignorance. His sword awaits him atop the tower. Oh, good lord. Yeah, so there's the dragon. Okay, so the dragon is here. I was going to say. Hello, dragon. How are you? He's kind of a cute dragon. We were almost turned to stone there. That would have been bad. We would have been dead. Alright, so basically we saw that. Like I said, there isn't much the way of directions go. There really isn't much, guidance. You're kind of left to figure things out for yourself. But there is other things that you can use to kind of figure out where you need to go. Like if you press the Y button right now, it's going to do this thing where it's going to kind of focus in on something. And using that one rule, you can pretty much get through the entire game. If you don't know where to go, just press Y. And that's going to kind of guide you through the entire game. That's why I said it's a very linear game. It's very much a point A to point B. Even though there is some moments where you can kind of just explore around. Because of this Y button, I just felt like I needed to just go to that one spot. But you really, I'm going to give you a tip right now. If you're playing this game, feel free to explore because there is things hidden around. Like, for instance, that puzzle I did earlier with the symbols in the sky. And this little bugger right here. Meditate and know your emotions. Come, we will enter your dreams. Like, I didn't even know this guy was here the first time I played the game. And this is actually a very important aspect to it. It lets you unlock certain other aspects about your character. As much as it hurts, you must put your wishes aside. Who knows what harm they will bring? Yes, dead Merlin. Okay. And now this enters kind of like a dream state puzzle area. I haven't actually done this one. And some of the puzzles are easy, to be honest with you. It says all you kind of have to do is end up kind of tracing these symbols on the floor with salt. And you basically just hold the button down, and you just have to kind of stuck in a line, and then just kind of draw the symbols out. And this is something you're going to be doing a lot in this game, by the way. I'm not doing a very good job. But it doesn't really matter. The mage, convinced of his righteousness, was blinded by emotion and the ancient beliefs of the desert. And this kind of, as you play this game, it starts revealing more of the story to you as you do it. Like I said, it's presented to you in a very vague way. It's presented to you almost like it was poetry, is the best way to describe it. As far as bugs go, I've only counted a couple. There's a couple times where I've gotten stuck, literally, and I've had to hit the restart from checkpoint button. I imagine these will probably get patched out very quickly. They're not necessarily the world's biggest issues, for sure, but they do exist and they have happened. As far as replay value goes, I mean, it does have some obvious replay value, given the fact that there's just certain things that I didn't discover in my first playthrough, because I kind of took the time to just kind of run through it, because I just essentially just pressed the Y button and just thought, okay, well, I just need to go here and do this. But that's not necessarily what you need to do. Sometimes you just want to explore. Sometimes you want to leave me alone, you little bastards. Those are the little monsters I was talking to you about. I'm guessing those are the ones that the chainmail is for, but I don't know. I don't have the chainmail right now, for instance, and I can't attack them. I don't have the sword, so I don't really know what purpose that served. Plus, it's easy to outrun them. So let's keep hitting forward here. This is just like the first dream. There's, I think, like 6 or 7 dreams total for you to experience. I mean, look, the game is freaking gorgeous. It really does a really good job of just creating these gorgeous, fictitious scenes. I mean, this desert, this water, it all looks just so eerie and weird and amazing and fantastical. And I guess that's what I loved about Toren. Oh man, look at this. Look at this. This is just a gorgeous looking game. Gorgeous looking. Now there's some platforming elements, which is what I think this is right now. I have to jump to these platforms. Yeah. Okay, so let's just keep moving forward. Ugh, camera's kind of jerking around really quickly. Not sure why it's doing that. Jump! Jump to the bottom. Look at all these fish life and gorgeous looking animals. It's just a gorgeous game, like I said. You can, by the way, die from falling, and I've died many, many times from falling. It's kind of hilarious, actually, because there'll be times where you'll measure the distance kind of poorly because of the camera angles, and that is also another issue. Sometimes the camera is not your friend. Oh shit! Speaking of which, did I die? Yep, sure did. That's just one of the examples of what I was talking about. Just sometimes the camera, it's not your friend. Sometimes it kind of tricks you because it's just in a proper place or a bad spot, and it just makes you think something's closer when it's really not. So let's try that again. Maybe I just chose the wrong path to go down. It's very possible as well. Hello, crabs. Maybe if I go down this path, that looks safer. Okay, cool. Jump. Alright, good so far. I kind of want to get through this one dream if I can, and then end the video. If I can't, though, that's perfectly fine as well. Okay, I think I have to go through here? This path, maybe? Yeah. There we go. Not sure what the hell's going on, but it's beautiful, like I said. Oh, you're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss it. Oh, you barely made that jump. Oh my god. Okay. Whee. Do I head forward or do I jump down again? Do I head forward or do I jump down again? I think I jump down again. Jump, girl. Okay, where am I? I have no idea what's going on right now. Like I said, it's a very strange game. It's very interpretive. It's very trippy as balls. I mean, there's statues floating around me of stoned people. I don't know who they are. It's kind of haunting and terrifying all at the same time. Run to the green fire. That's always great. People came from all four corners of the earth to build Toren, seduced by the mage's visions of paradise, of bountiful oceans, and flourishing forests. And I do believe that is the end of that dream. For countless years, Solidar looked in vain for the girl in the visions, but as she failed to appear, his heart faltered. I don't know if it was Soldier or Solidar. I'm not sure if it's pronounced. I think it's Solidar. Our future lost in the hands of a foolish child. Oh, interesting. It recorded my progress from the last time I played it. So that's kind of neat. I mean, that's very interesting, actually. It kind of recorded my progress from the last time I played it. Even when I hit Start New Journey, it recorded from what I'd done last time. And there's a special reason for that, by the way, in the story as to why it's recording things across my two playthroughs. But I'm not going to spoil that for you. I'm going to let you guys figure that out for yourself, guys. Like I said, it's a really interesting game. It's a very beautiful game, musically gorgeous, graphically top-notch. The controls are a little bit finicky at times. You can get stuck and stuff like that, but it's something that never prevented me from enjoying the game. You have the full controller support, that steamy goodness, guys. Very little bugs. Some replay value, kind of just to get everything in this game. Like I said, it's anywhere from 2 to 4 hours to kind of fully feel and find everything in this game. I feel anyways. But yeah, I think you will enjoy this game, guys. It has the simple puzzles. You have those dreams and the swords and dragons and all that kind of cool, fantastical stuff, guys. If you don't mind being lost and enchanted in a game, then you will enjoy Toren. I just want to say big thanks to the developer and publisher for a chance to check out this title. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and share, guys, and I'll keep bringing you awesome indie games like Toren, guys. If you really enjoyed this video, maybe consider hitting up that tip jar if you're feeling generous of heart. All tips go to improving the channel or future giveaways. Don't forget to comment down below for that giveaway, guys. Till next time, play more indie games.